Hello, beautiful Pisces. Welcome to your reading. Let's dive into it right away and see what's coming your way. By the way, if you're new here, this is Divine Light, and I'm so happy you joined me today. And if there's something specific you would like to manifest, don't forget to give some love and hit the like button and hit subscribe. There's a pathway opening here for you, and there's a small chunk of money, but I see there's a man with a long head right there, looking directly at it. Maybe someone needs to analyze it, count it, or allow it to come to you. That might be taking a while. Long path can symbolize, now I'm thinking this is outside of your comfort zone. Maybe there's something that you need to do, a paperwork that you need to fill out, maybe you never filled out before. This can be something returned to you, coming back to you from something, and they may probably ask you to fill out a form. It can be symbolizing that, but also this can be something that you never done before, but when you do, it can be like a grant. Okay, there are some grants and scholarships out there that you fill out a lot of forms here. I'm sorry about that. You fill out a lot of forms and then you get what you want. Okay, another thing I see in your heart space, there's some dark energy. This doesn't mean that a lot of dark stuff happening. This probably is you don't have clarity about your thoughts right now. Some sun is shining here, maybe towards the end of the week. You might get some inspiration to do something in a bright way, but I see there's a roof here even like opening up. Maybe this roof can symbolize, kind of looks like mountain as well, going to under a different roof. Okay, maybe going under, maybe if your home is not inspiring you, going under a different home, a friend's home, or this can be like cafe. But the thing coming to me is like a greenhouse type of a place coming, like, I don't know if this is such a thing that you have access to. Like the vision of a greenhouse or like a botanical garden popping in my head. I don't know if some of you have that. And if there is one around you, maybe it's time to explore some, like what's going on there. It might have an inspiration for you, Pisces, okay? Another thing I see, there's a man here in cloak and there's a woman in front of him. And I don't think they're related. They're having a conversation here. Cloak can symbolize this person's authority, strength, and power. But the thing is, there's another person that they're scared of, which is another bigger authority here. And I feel like this is your feminine energy that you're going in there and demanding something from them. And like the receiving, I feel like receiving, that's what the energy of the feminine is. You have something that they need to give to you, but they're having a hard time to negotiate. That's why that path can be related to this. Maybe they don't know how to give it to you, or they don't really have the authority to give it to you, even though they act like it. And I see there's another woman showing up here. So there might be someone, I say women, but the energy is feminine, meaning this is a receiving energy. Maybe there's nothing that you should be forcing here. There are only tactical things that you need to follow. And I see maybe there's a sailor. This can be like one of them can be a sailor. One of them can be someone who doesn't really have much time there. They're going to leave that space, okay? This happens to me recently a lot. Like I go somewhere, I talk to someone, they say like come back in a week, and I go back in a week and that person just leaves that place. Okay, it can be something like that happening. So maybe this person doesn't have the capacity to get the things done for you. They don't have a knowledge, but they're still telling you to go come back. And when you get there, there's going to be someone new. So it can be symbolizing that like you don't need to worry about if this is going to get done or not. You just live your life at that moment. Okay, that's what the feminine energy does. She doesn't wonder if the seeds that she planted are going to grow. That's the earth energy. She knows that they're going to grow for sure. And if the seeds are bad, it doesn't matter. It's just there's going to be more seeds coming down. Like think about the acorns and how many a squirrel actually plants while they're trying to hide in them. And that those trees. Another thing I see, there's a shooting star coming in. And I told you there's another person right there. So there's another option available to you. And that's coming in really fast. Another thing here, there's a ship right there. I feel like this ship is unrelated to this first thing happening here, but it is bringing a seed of like a cotton I see here. The ship coming towards you, and there are many people on top of it. This can be even like relatives traveling towards you, or some things that you need actually coming towards you, okay? And this is the synchronicity of the universe. Probably some seeds that you planted a while ago, they're starting to flower now. Another thing I see here in the middle of the week, I know these are like all kind of seems like unrelated to each other, but overall, there is like a divine connection to it. I'm trying to understand. There's a legal paper. Maybe this is you buying a ticket and getting on that ship and going towards a destination that you should be seeing. The ship can be, I say this ship, but it can be a train, it can be a bus, it can be a plane, because those are also different types of ships. Like they carry one person from another place, not in the literal sense the ship only is like on the water, but it's in the sense of it's like a carriage. Another thing here is number 8 is a material satisfaction, and I told you there are 2 people coming in unrelated from that, and in between they have number 8 here. This can be, there's a third one in front of them. This can be a separate endeavor. Something is calling you and you're going to pursue that. And it might really have like a great idea for financial growth, okay? I see there are 2 alignments with these people. That's why I feel like there's maybe a siblings energy or couples energy. That's like alignment with the soulmate energy I feel here. It's not twin flame. Twin flame can only be a romantic relationship. But when you say soulmate, this can be someone who you really have like a soul contract in the other spaces, okay? I see that you're going towards this third person, maybe to talk to them, and this person is leaning towards you as well. And there's like a figure, a male head right there, which has a hat on top of it. I see a letter S here, like Sammy, Samuel, Sacramento. It doesn't have to be a place. Maybe this is like a person on that supervisor on that level, and you're talking to them and you're reaching this to like something like kind of like a victory. I see a legal paper here showing up, maybe the approval that you're getting, but this is someone that is operating and something on there. For some of you, this can be a license, guys. Maybe you are actually getting like hyped up about a license with someone which has like a material satisfaction at the end of it, and you're getting that license here, I see. And there is also this woman. This kind of reminds me of the opera singer on the Fifth Element movie, if you ever seen that one. If you haven't, definitely watch that Fifth Element, the old movie. Now it's old. When I was growing up, it was a new one. Anyways, so it is actually like that lady. She had a beautiful voice, even though it wasn't traditional beauty as human standards. So I feel like here, when you get this license, you might step into an environment that you're going to really see there are different types of beauty. Now I'm starting to think maybe this is like an art license or something, because art has like its own expression. Or it can be something about animals, or maybe flowers. The botanical garden showed up here. And overall, there is a very positive energy that you're facing. I see fish here too, like ocean creatures are, deep ocean creatures especially, are different than our beauty standards as well. But overall, this is like a very different environment than your current one. And also in that space, there's a lot of exploration waiting for you, Pisces. But if this is a water thing, water related, you're a water creature, I feel like you're going to actually really adjust to this environment quickly. And now I'm feeling this can be a new work environment. Maybe you're getting a new license to go work in someplace else, which doesn't really have a traditional approach to work and job, or what you used to. Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, there's a Tears of Joy coming in. If a desired intention, I feel like it is coming right away. It doesn't really have much time left here. But I want to mention this is like a general reading. So this can be something that happening quickly right now. Or there's a second desire. This is creating a path for some of you, like a track. Kind of reminds me of like hippodrome. I don't know like the English word for it. Like the tracks for horses to run from Roman empires. That's called hippodrome or something like that. And this can be for some of you about something about horses, but also a fast track that you're going to get onto. If this is like a competition that you want to attend to, it can be something like that as well. And I see your home is very bright. I see number 9 here. Number 9 can symbolize enlightenment. And somebody actually said the other day, number 3 is creativity. Number 6 is for like a self-care, unconditional love, and those properties, when they come together, that creates an enlightenment in your life. It seems like like if you use your creativity and give yourself and your creation self-love, I feel like that's self-love as well. It will bring some enlightenment about a subject, maybe even bring sunshine over you. We have the new moon here. We're in the new moon age now with new moon Scorpio, which is actually extremely powerful to create your desires, okay? Let's see what the tarot has to say about that. We have the Hierophant, authority, and I heard somewhere this kind of like a metal triangles are very powerful. And if you're manifesting something, I didn't try it, I don't know it yet, but I heard people talking about it, like copper ones they do use. And the Hierophant inside of that triangle symbolizes that there are a lot of authority and power coming to you. You might have to start making small decisions, which will turn into bigger ones, which will then make you sit on that throne and make decisions. But another thing with the Hierophant's energy, this can be a limiting experience too, because you're going to go by a rule book, okay? And that can be a little bit frustrating. However, overall, the Hierophant is a very powerful energy, will support you. For some of you, if this is what you're looking for, a relationship or a commitment, Hierophant can also indicate a government, marriage, contract, something like puts you in a position, okay? Like a position is a limited position, especially because it has like rules and regulations around it. But maybe that's what you're manifesting, probably. That's why it's showing up as an energy too. We have the Hanged One. This is the Hanged Man. We have a snake right there. A snake can indicate a transformation. So when you get this authority to support you, or maybe when you become an authority, you might have a temporary pause in your progress. But this doesn't mean this is going to actually stop the progress. This means that this is something chosen. This is not something necessary. Because what happens when you hang the man upside down, he changes his perspective. He starts to see from a different perspective, a different angle, which ends up being actually something beneficial for him, because then he has a different aspect to things, okay? And he gets enlightened. We see the light around his head. This is an enlightenment moment coming to you. When you take charge of a situation, you will understand why certain things are happening and why not the other ones. And maybe you're going to be able to see what is good for you and what's not good for you. This can apply to humans around you as well. Hang One is your energy, Pisces. I feel like this is not going to be long. That's why it's not going to be a long pause for you. It's just going to be a temporary pause, but it is going to change your perspective totally. The Hermit can be you actually understanding why things are working out and how to turn them into a formula. The Hermit is someone who has enlightened already, like even though this is number 9, this is number 12, I feel like this should be reversed, because now he is enlightened and he has the light around his head. Now it's time for him to teach that light to others, okay? So you might have a moment of quietness. After that, maybe turn that into a meditation practice or a prayer practice, which will end up being the Hermit. You end up being maybe a mentor for others here. I see the Queen of Swords, but you're not going to go and take that as an emotional sign. Maybe some people can be like, "Oh, I am better," or "I am a martyr" kind of energy. No, you're not going to do any of that. Queen of Swords is someone gentle, but also diplomatic, stoic, and makes the right decisions for the highest good of all. And also we have Justice energy, I feel like, a little bit with the Queen of Swords here. And she does what's right for herself first and then the others, okay? She puts the, in the planes, they give a mask. They say there's a mask falling off, and she puts the mask on herself first and then takes care of the others. And that's what you're going to do. You're not going to turn yourself into someone who sacrifices themselves. You're not going to self-sacrifice, even though you're going to get a higher upper hand compared to others, okay? But this might involve a little pause and reflection here. Let's see what else we have. We have resilience as your energy coming up. And that's why I feel like the Hanged One, when the moment comes that you need to pause and reflect, you might not want to go back to the ways that you're doing things. Yes, but then maybe you want to like you want to go with a different type of force. That's what the resilience is, okay? So you're only given what you're capable of facing, but the resilience gives you the power to face that very powerfully, very strongly. The brightest days emerge from the darkest nights. So if you're feeling, and that I feel like it's aligning with the Hangman, and that pause situation, maybe you're feeling, oh no, it's not going to work out. This is basically telling you just go forward. There's sun at the end of the tunnel. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Attempt something that you are not great at. Suck at anything, but always like the idea of it. Dare yourself to try. Bet at painting, take a class. Lose your breath while hiking, climb a mountain. The whole point is to push through and make an effort to stick with something hard. You'll see that you can. This, I'm going to tell you something. I always left everything until I get to 30 years old halfway, okay? I thought that I got bored of it. I'm not going to do it. It's not, you know, I always did that. Like, I always get to the peak of the things and then I drop it. I didn't know why I did it, but, and then what happened is after 30, I moved with my mother. And then we started doing projects with her. And halfway, I started realizing that she says, okay, let's drop it. I don't want to do it. I'm tired. I'm bored. I realized that my mother has ADHD, very severe kind. I got it from her. I was copying her without realizing. And then that gave me a power. I said, you know what? That's no more of that. I'm going to take everything to the end from now on. And that actually improved my life a lot because I dropped something. Resilience helped me drop something that doesn't belong to me, that I just picked up. Okay. So I feel like here that can be something, maybe there's a person listening to that needs to hear it. We have your goddess here. This is divine feminine helping you. Sappho, the poetess. I love every inch of my body. I love the women in my life fiercely. And also, yes, I do love my mother, but this doesn't mean that I need to relive her destiny. Okay, that's her challenge. My challenges are different. I feel like here, this is also a way for you to understand if you have any like a feminine figure in your life as an example. This is for you to understand that, okay? That everybody has their own destiny to live. You don't have to live their destiny. Let's see what we have here. Discontentment. Okay. Something doesn't feel right, but identifying what's missing eludes you. Re-examining the situation from a distance and missing pieces will become obvious. And that's exactly what I have done for at that moment. I remember, like, I just stepped back a little bit because I was inside of it. She said, like, let's drop it. Let's not do it. I'm like, oh, let's not do it. And then I realized, like, step back. No, we're going to finish this up. Okay? Then this is, I feel like that's the vibe for some of you at this moment. Okay? All right, beautiful. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. And if you do, you might want to check out these videos here too. And I wish you a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.